Hello there, and welcome to the show, and today I'm going to be talking about WWE Clash in Paris. Clash in Paris took place live on August 31st, 2025, live from the Paris La Défense Arena in Paris, France, had an attendance of over 30,000 people, and I was very excited for this show because the last time WWE was in France, the crowd made it legitimately one of the best shows of the year. Clash in Paris, the crowd during this show was phenomenal. They were great all night. The energy of French crowds for WWE events is unbelievable. I loved the crowd during the show. The crowd was no question the best part of the show, like they were for Backlash in 2024. And in my opinion, the 2027 Royal Rumble 100% should be held in France, and France absolutely should hold a WrestleMania someday. The energy that the French crowd will bring to the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania will be unbelievable. So WWE, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, both of these events have to happen in France someday. That being said, let's talk about the show. Our opening match, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, the Tribal Chief versus the Tribal Thief, or the Shula Fala. Bronson Reed's Tribal Thief gimmick, I've actually really enjoyed it. I think it's been very entertaining. Roman Reigns, he legitimately had final boss aura when he was making his entrance. The French crowd's reaction to Roman Reigns' entrance, he felt like the biggest star in the entire world while he was making his entrance at Clash in Paris. Also, Roman Reigns cut a great promo on Raw on Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed was accompanied by Paul Heyman. I thought this was a pretty good match, but the crowd really elevated it. The crowd's energy during this match was phenomenal. Just the pop that Roman Reigns got, that already was next level. Bronson Reed got mega heat during this match. Reigns couldn't knock down Bronson Reed. Reigns then challenged Reed to shoulder tackle him, and Reigns hits him with a right hand. I thought that was very funny. Reed hit a shoulder tackle off the apron. Reed then hit a Uranagi on the announce table. Reigns then bashed Reed's head on the ring post. Reed hit the world's strongest slam for a 2 count. Reed hit a Samoan drop for a 2 count. Reed mocked Roman with the Shula Fala, and then Reed tried to steal Roman's shoes again, but Reigns didn't let him do it. Roman hit some strikes, and he clotheslined Reed out of the ring. Reigns hit a drive-by. Reigns pushed Reed into the ring post and then the ring steps. Superman punch countered into a Uranagi, followed by a senton for a 2 count. Very good counter by Bronson Reed. Reed then countered another Superman punch into the Death Valley driver for a 2 count. That was also great. Reigns countered a suicide dive with the Superman punch, and then hit another Superman punch for a 2 count. Roman went for a spear, but it was countered with a dropkick. Reed then hit a suicide dive. Roman avoided the tsunami. Reed caught the spear and hit a sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count. That was a very good counter. Reigns hit a Superman punch and a Samoan drop off the second rope, and closing sequence, Roman hits a spear for the win. This was a good match, and the crowd elevated it from good to very good. The crowd really amplified this match, in my opinion. After the match, Paul Heyman has a disappointed look on his face. He's in the ring. Roman, he's taking in the energy of the crowd. Heyman and Roman stare down. Heyman is begging. He acknowledges Roman Reigns, and then he hands him the Shula Fala, and then Roman Reigns locks in the guillotine on Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman passes out. Reigns calls over a member of the ringside crew, and with scissors he starts undoing the Shula Fala. Roman is on the announce table. He's signing the shoes. He's throwing it into the crowd. So he throws 2 shoes into the crowd, and then as he's about to throw the 3rd one, Braun Breaker, out of nowhere, hops on the other announce table and spears Roman through the announce table. The spear was great. The timing by Braun Breaker was great. Also, the moment. This entire sequence was done very well, in my opinion. In the ring, Breaker and Reed help up Paul Heyman. Producers and officials help up Roman Reigns. And then, Braun Breaker runs from the ramp and hits Roman Reigns with a spear on the ringside area. Braun Breaker, when he hit the spear, legitimately looked like he was shot out of a cannon. The intensity and velocity of this spear was next level. In the ring, Bronson Reed hit a tsunami. Roman Reigns is on a stretcher at this point. Bronson Reed hits another tsunami on Roman while he's on the stretcher. Jey Uso comes out to try and make the save. He hits super kicks on Reed and Breaker. Breaker hits a spear on Uso. And after that, Bronson Reed hits another another tsunami on Roman Reigns. This was done to write Roman off of TV. He is currently filming the Street Fighter movie, and this tied into the main event, being that Jey Uso was in the main event match at Clash in Paris. Also, something that I found out, this is the first time Roman Reigns has been stretchered since 2017, following an attack from Braun Strowman. This entire post-match beatdown was great. The Vision got their heat back, and Braun Breaker, this guy is gonna be the next big thing. He is a future main eventer, guaranteed. I enjoyed the match, I enjoyed the post-match beatdown. Everything about this was done very well in my opinion, and I thought this was a great opener to the show. This was the perfect way to open Clash in Paris. Up next, the Wyatt Six versus the Street Profits for the WWE Tag Team Championships. The Street Profits beat Mello Don't Miz to earn this opportunity. Ford wanted to start the match, but Dawkins held him back and told Ford to go on the apron. Angelo Dawkins and Joe Gacy start the match. Dawkins knocked down Joe Gacy, Loomis and Ford tagged themselves in. Ford knocked down Loomis with a dropkick. The Street Profits took control. Loomis knocked Ford off the apron onto the announce table. The Wyatt Six took control. Loomis hit a leg drop for a 2 count, running senton and elbow drop by the Wyatt Six for a 2 count. Ford suplexed Joe Gacy on the apron. Dawkins got the hot tag and hit a dive on the outside. Corkscrew splash, enziguri, neckbreaker, and swanton by Angelo Dawkins on Gacy for a 2 count. Very good sequence. The Wyatts hit a back suplex and neckbreaker combination for 2. Assisted back suplex on Dexter Loomis by the Street Profits for a 2 count. Electric chair blockbuster combination on Joe Gacy. Dexter Loomis made the save at the 2 count. Dawkins hit a spine buster on Gacy. Montez Ford missed a frog splash. Dawkins shoulder tackled Gacy onto the barricade. Eric Rowan caused a distraction. Dexter Loomis knocked Angelo Dawkins over the barricade. Montez Ford hit a great dive over the ring post to take out Dexter Loomis and Eric Rowan. Nikki Cross held Montez Ford's feet. Uncle Howdy hit Sister Abigail on the outside. And in the ring, the Wyatt Six hit the Plague for the win. The Six retained the WWE Tag Team Championships. No surprise there. They were not losing the championships to the Street Profits. I thought this was a very good match, and I like the storytelling, what they're doing with the Street Profits. The Wyatt Six, they've produced 2 solid defenses on PLEs, and let's see if they can continue this momentum. This was a pretty good match, in my opinion. Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This was initially supposed to be Naomi versus Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship. However, those plans were changed. There was a pretty good promo package for this match. This was a first time ever match. Becky and Nikki have never faced each other one-on-one. Becky escaped the ring early. Nikki hit a sliding kick. Becky took control on the outside. Becky hit a second rope leg drop for a 2 count. Exploder suplex on Nikki. Becky hit a series of strikes. Nikki hit 2 clotheslines, a kick, a baseball slide, and then bounced Becky's head off of the English and the French announce tables. Nikki botched a springboard kick off the corner. Becky hit a superplex for a 2 count. Becky locked in the armbar. Nikki rolled through the armbar and hit an electric chair and a spinebuster for a 2 count. Manhandle slam was countered into the fearless lock. Nikki bashed Becky's head against the ring post. Hits a facebuster on the steel steps. That was a great spot. Nikki hit the manhandle slam for a 2 count. Nikki locked in the disarmor, but then Becky rolled through. Becky rolled up Nikki Bella for the win and is still the Women's Intercontinental Champion. I thought this was a fine match. Looking at the show overall, this was the weakest match of the night. I thought this was fine for what it was. It did exactly what it needed to do. Becky was not losing this match, and I thought this was fine for what it was. Rusev versus Sheamus, good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. This feud has been going on for months, essentially ever since Rusev made his return to WWE. These two had seemingly a never-ending series of brawls backstage and matches on Raw spanning a couple of months. Rusev's new theme song is pretty good. Sheamus desperately needs Written in My Face back. There were weapons all around the ring. There were barrels and the flags of Ireland and Bulgaria. Wade Barrett, who was on commentary during the show, had the best line of his entire commentary career during this match, because these guys were all members of that horrendous League of Nations stable in 2016, and Wade Barrett, he called the League of Nations, quote, dreadful. The best line of Wade Barrett's commentary career so far. This match was a brawl start to finish, and I absolutely loved it. To me, this was easily the best match match of the night. Two of them start brawling immediately. Sheamus suplexed Rusev on the outside. Rusev attacked Sheamus with a kendo stick. Rusev hit 13 beats of the bell run. Sheamus botched the Irish Curse backbreaker, recovered, and then was able to hit it. Sheamus then started attacking Rusev with a kendo stick. Rusev dodged a chair shot, hit a spinning heel kick. Rusev started attacking Sheamus with a chair. The crowd was chanting Rusev Day. Rusev was trying to block it out. Sheamus hit a running knee for a 2 count. Sheamus hit 14 beats of the bell run. After that, Sheamus hit 17 beats of the bell run over the bar. Rusev tried to escape. Sheamus caught him, and Sheamus hit 19 beats of the bell run, this time with a shillelagh. That was pretty awesome, in my opinion. Rusev was driven into a chair that was in the corner, Celtic cross by Sheamus for a 2 count. Rusev escaped the ring to avoid the bro kick. Sheamus jumped off the top rope to the outside. Rusev hit him with a kendo stick. That was an impressive counter. Rusev attacked Sheamus with the steel steps. Rusev hit a Uranagi through the bar. Rusev locked in the accolade. Sheamus powered out and dropped Rusev on 2 steel chairs. Rusev tripped Sheamus on the top of the barrels that they had set up. Rusev locked in the accolade on top of the barrels. Sheamus powered out and hit white noise off the barrels through 2 tables on ringside. That was incredible. Back in the ring, Rusev grabbed the shillelagh. Sheamus hit a bro kick that got him a 2 count. I get that this was Rusev's first match on a PLE since returning, but in my opinion, this really should have been the end of the match. Rusev hit a Machka kick. Sheamus hit a running knee. Rusev hit a Machka kick, and then a shot with the shillelagh, 2 count. Rusev locked in the accolade. He fell back and Sheamus tapped out. Rusev defeats Sheamus. He wins this match. Not surprised by the outcome. This was also Sheamus' second time tapping out in his entire WWE run. The first one being to Bobby Lashley. This was the best match of the night. This was great. This was a great brawl start to finish. The use of weapons, the physicality of this match, this was incredible. No question, the best match of the night. Rusev is going to be a force to be reckoned with on the WWE main roster. Sheamus, I still can't believe that Sheamus isn't the Intercontinental Champion. Sheamus better win the Intercontinental Championship in 2026. He is too good to not be the Intercontinental Champion. All that being said, this was a great match. John Cena versus Logan Paul. This match was 100% going to happen at some point during Cena's retirement year. Cena has stated that he wanted to work with Logan Paul, and this match has been building on SmackDown coming out of SummerSlam, even though it didn't make a lot of sense being that Brock Lesnar made his return, but Lesnar wasn't on any episode of Raw or SmackDown in the lead up. This match was billed as old versus new, the Paragon versus the Parasite. Logan Paul got the loudest boos of the night. Paris did not like Logan Paul. John Cena got the loudest pop of the night. The crowd sang along to every word of his theme song. Cena still had that long drawn-out introduction, which I still don't fully get, but it is what it is. The two of them exchanged headlocks, and then we had a test of strength. Cena hit 10 punches in the corner. Logan Paul hit a big boot. Logan Paul hit a blockbuster for a 2 count, then a delayed vertical suplex for a 2 count, and then a gut-wrench bomb for a 2 count, and then a running uppercut for a 2 count. Lot of offense by Logan Paul to start off the match. Cena then hit his signature 4 moves of doom, and we got a loud "You Can't See Me" from the crowd in Paris. Logan got out of the AA, hit a buckshot lariat for a 2 count. Paul from Grace was countered. Cena hit the AA for a 2 count. Logan locked in an octopus hold. Logan rolled up Cena for 2. Cena locked in the STF, but Logan made it to the ropes. Cena hit a tornado DDT for 2. AA was countered into an overbomb by Logan Paul. Cena hit 2 moves of doom. Logan Paul then hit a zigzag for a 2 count. Cena countered a buckshot lariat into an end of days. That was a great counter, and a callback to his feud with Baron Corbin. Logan Paul countered the AA, hit a swanton bomb and a standing moonsault for a 2 count. John Cena then hit Angel's Wings for a 2 count. I don't know if John Cena has any history with Christopher Daniels, but that was still a pretty cool moment. Logan went for an uppercut, but it looked like he hit nothing. The timing was a little off. Logan Paul was bleeding at this point. Logan Paul then hit 3 moves of doom. Cena hit another AA for a 2 count. Cena hit a Hurricane Rana and Code Red for 2. Logan hit a right hand for a 2 count. Paul from Grace, 2 count. Logan Paul hit the "You Can't See Me." Logan Paul then went for the AA, but Cena countered it into a stunner. Styles clash, that was a great counter. Also a great callback to Cena's feud with AJ Styles. Legitimately, some of the best matches WWE had in 2016 and 2017. Cena was bleeding at this point. Cena caught a crossbody, hit an AA. Logan hit a right hand. He missed a second one, and Cena hit another AA for the win. John Cena defeats Logan Paul. This was a very good match. As far as singles matches go, to me, this is Cena's second best singles match in his retirement run, just behind his match against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. This was a great match. After the match, Cena shakes the hand of that kid that he buried in his promo when they were in Belgium. And then Cena, he walked around ringside and his wife was in attendance. Cena kissed his wife and then he hugged Jelly Roll and Post Malone. And that was Logan Paul versus John Cena. In my opinion, this was the second best match of the night. Cena's second best singles match in his retirement run. And this was a very good match. Our main event, fatal four-way match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight versus CM Punk. The Vision were banned from ringside. Great promo package to hype up this match. CM Punk got a great pop from the crowd. Jey Uso's entrance was great as usual. Jey Uso wanted to form an alliance, but then CM Punk super kicked him. LA Knight rolled up Punk for a 1 count. Uso hit a top rope crossbody on Rollins for a 1. Rollins threw Punk over the barricade. Rollins hit a running knee on Uso. Knight and Uso exchanged punches on Rollins. Uso hit a Samoan drop on Knight. Rollins was surrounded. He called for Paul, and then Paul Heyman was not showing up, so everyone attacked Rollins. There was some tension between CM Punk and LA Knight. Jey Uso managed to get them back on the same page. All three of them took turns attacking Rollins in the corner. On the outside, Jey Uso super kicked CM Punk. Knight clotheslined Rollins over the barricade. Uso super kicked LA Knight. Rollins and Uso brawl into the crowd. Knight then joined in the brawl. Punk took out Rollins and Knight in the crowd. Punk hit a top rope crossbody, running knee, and clothesline. Uso hit an enziguri on Punk. Rollins hit the pedigree on Punk for a 2 count. Everyone is down. Rollins hits the buckle bomb on LA Knight, 2 count. Rollins hits a frog splash on Jey Uso, 2 count. Rollins was attacking and trash talking LA Knight. Knight took down Rollins, Uso, and Punk. Knight hit a top rope elbow drop on Rollins. Uso hit a super kick on LA Knight. We got the Tower of Doom. Punk pinned LA Knight and Jey Uso for a 2 count. Rollins pushed Punk off the apron, but the table didn't fully break. BFT on Rollins. Jey Uso made the save at the 2 count. Knight hit a dropkick on Uso through the ropes. Knight bashed Uso's head on the announce table, and then same with Rollins. Knight put Rollins on the announce table and he went for an elbow drop. Uso tried to stop him, but that didn't work. LA Knight jumped. Rollins rolled off the table and LA Knight essentially put himself through the announce table. That was a great spot. Uso hit a suicide dive on Rollins. Rollins and Uso trade super kicks. Spear countered into the pedigree for a 2 count. That was a great counter. Rollins missed a Phoenix splash. Uso hit 2 super kicks, a spear, and an Uso splash. Punk hits the GTS on Uso. 2 count as Rollins hits a stomp on Uso. Rollins brought a chair into the ring. Rollins hits a stomp on Jey Uso on the outside. Rollins hits a stomp on LA Knight. Rollins set up a chair and Punk was able to dodge the stomp. Punk hit a GTS and he was about to hit another GTS. Then someone enters the ring and hits a low blow on CM Punk. There were rumors going around that the Vision could be getting new members. This person unmasked and it was revealed that this was Becky Lynch. Rollins hits a stomp on Punk on the chair for the win. Seth Rollins retains the World Heavyweight Championship and he leaves Paris with Becky Lynch. I thought this was a great main event. All 4 guys worked very well in this match, and this match definitely felt like a main event. It was a great match and this was a phenomenal match. To me, this was the 3rd best match of the night. I really enjoyed this match. After the show ended, all anyone was talking about was AJ Lee, and AJ Lee made her return to WWE after 10 years, and we are getting CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch at WrestlePalooza. Great storytelling by WWE, leading to an eventual Punk-Rollins rematch for the world title. This was a great match. The storytelling implications coming out of this were also great. The Rollins-Punk feud, I've really been enjoying that, and that was Clash in Paris. Overall, I thought this was a phenomenal show. This show had great matches, the crowd was incredible, and I loved this show start to finish. This was a very good show in my opinion. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. You can follow me on Instagram at Said_2000, and I will see you on the next video. Till then, take care.